Today I want to do a visualization exercise, and I want to have us take a few deep breaths in. You're trying to smell the flowers as deeply as you can, and then blow out a candle as forcefully as you can a few times. And then we're going to untense our body and think for a second. We're going to put on our thinking cap. And we're going to remain relaxed as we think about the story of the three little pigs and how the first house they built of straw was blown down by the big bad wolf. And the second house of sticks was blown down by the big bad wolf. And finally, they built a house of bricks, and the big bad wolf could not blow the house down. Right? So from a pretty young age, we start instilling lessons of protection in ourselves. And so in this exercise, I want to encourage you to think about if you had every resource available to you, and you had an opportunity to build a home for your child or your loved one or yourself or anything. Okay? I want you to think about what you would do. I want you to think about the process of the house. Would you rush through it and cut a bunch of corners and get through it really quick? Would you take your time? Would you intentionally plan on things? Okay. So I want us to think about building a house for our children. And if we were given every resource to start building it from the moment they were born until it was ready for them when they were ready to leave and be on their own. If we could do that, what would we build them? A house of bricks, or would we build them a house of straw or sticks, or what would it be? If we could intentionally decide what we want to build for them, what kind of stability we want for them, right? Taking into consideration whatever. So think about it. And I want you to close your eyes and envision it, and envision this lifelong effort of this home that you have been building for them for 18 or 20 years, and the gift and the relief that it is for them that they know that they have a safe place that is theirs. Okay? Think about it. And then I want you to, would you build them a house of glass? No. What would we do? We want to build them a house that can withstand storms. So, in the process of that, what if you don't really take your time and you waste the opportunity and you kind of rush through and you cut corners, and then the time comes and it's like, okay, let's gift you this thing, and it's missing some boards and it's leaky and there's spiders and, you know, it's uninhabitable. Like, that doesn't feel good. In our minds, we would never intentionally choose to do that. We would never want to do that. We would never want to do that. So once we think about that and we close our eyes and we keep them closed and we sit with ourselves in a moment and we realize the gravity of building a mindset and a headspace, which is just as important as the walls of an actual home. So when we think about what headspace we are building for them, We are thinking about what headspace we are building for them. Do we want them to have a headspace with a leaky roof or a weak foundation or some corners cut here or there, or, you know, you put a poster over a hole? Like, is that what we want? We don't want to build them a physical house like that, nor do we want to build them a mental house like that. We don't. And when we realize that that is actually what we are doing when we are raising them, I think maybe that might help some of us shift. So let's think about it. Let's think about it. And I want you to envision the physical home and the mental home that you want to intentionally build for somebody that you love. Your kids, yourself. And after you think about it, I want you to imagine what it's like to live in a house made of bricks versus a house made of straw for your children. And after we sit in that for a moment, long enough for it to resonate with us how important the path that we set is in front of them, I want us to think about the best ways for us to show them. What are the best ways for us to show them? What are our actions doing in front of these mental homes that we're building?